All right, guys, welcome to our little quick video tutorial on how to build a pinhole camera. I tried to record this earlier, but I didn't do quite the best job. So I'm going to do it again with just me. I'm going to do a quick screen share of our pinhole camera slideshow. And what we're doing here is we're going to build a pinhole camera made out of a light tight black box that has a precise pinhole opening on one side and light sensitive material mounted on the other. The idea here is that you're going to be able to use your scientific and technical innovation to build a camera that gives you in-depth knowledge, hopefully if you can make those connections, to the lens, shutter, and the effects of light on exposure. So the idea here is that this is a technique built way back during Aristotle's time, that a camera obscura was used, similar invention, to view a partial eclipse of the sun. And it's still kind of a technique used today. We could even make this classroom a camera obscura if we blocked out all those windows and put a pinhole there. So the idea behind the pinhole camera is that the lens is built out of a precise pinhole dot. It doesn't have any glass in there to focus it. So ideally, if you have a perfect circle, you'll have infinite depth of field. And there's numerous creative things, and there's some videos in classrooms you can watch of other pinhole photographers of what they can do with their cameras. But the curved boxes will give like a wide angle, and some other boxes will give you some cool depth of field. You can use any kind of box, but ideally I like the cardboard ones because they're easier to manipulate. You'll need 4 basic things, and you can do them all in class. I would love for you to bring in a light tight box, and then in class we'll create a pinhole, but you can do this at home if you have the materials. A shutter system, and then the light sensitive paper will be our photo paper, found in the darkroom. So the first thing you'll do is to see where the weakest points of your box are. And one way you can do this is putting your flashlight on your phone and putting it in your box and closing it up, and go into a darker space to see where light is leaking out. Make notes of those cracks and edges, and we can secure those with duct tape, electrical tape, or any other material to cut those edges down. And if you have a Pringles can, definitely remove that foil lining. It just takes a little, like an X-Acto knife, you can just pull that lining out. That will keep the paint from peeling off. And then you'll need to paint the inside of your box black. So we have, here we go. You have this box here. You have this little guy here, which is a box. I made this previous, but I'll peel things off for you. Your paint will be this black acrylic paint that'll be found on the counter. You'll use magazine to pour your paint on. That way, when you are done with the paint, you just peel that paper off and throw it away. You'll need a paintbrush, which I'll have a few for you, and your box. So paint the inside of your box black. You also want to paint the lid, both sides of it black. Black absorbs light, so if light is leaking in, you won't get any reflection, bouncing, so it'll just absorb it up. And after you've done that, make sure you wash your paintbrush out, and then throw away the palette that you used for collecting the paint. Let's see here. The next thing you're going to need to do is create a pinhole. And a pinhole is a precise pinhole opening where your light will come in. It's also called an aperture. An aperture in a camera ranges anywhere from f1.4, which is your largest, to f22, maybe 34. The bigger the pinhole, or bigger the opening, the aperture, the shorter your depth of field will be, so it'll be blurry in the background. If you have a really small aperture, your whole scene will be focused. So the idea is that the pinhole camera will have infinite depth of field, anywhere from like an aperture f64 and up, to create a super focused image. But you have to create a precise pinhole opening. So here we have a can or a box of cut up can pieces. All this stuff can be found in this pinhole supply box, and that will be in the front of the classroom. And what you're going to do is you're also going to obtain this needle tool. It's got like a needle and a cork, and that's in this little box that's in that same box. So aluminum can, and you're going to drill on a surface that's not the wood table. You're going to gently plug this into the aluminum, gently go back and forth. You're not stabbing it. Oh, and just poke through. And if your needle pushes through, that's fine. I'm gonna get another one. If you lift your needle up, you're gonna have to find a new foil. We got plenty. All right. And you don't have to go all the way through the thickest part of the needle. You can just do where the needle point is. The idea is to keep that hole small. All right, and you can see I'm slowly starting to poke through. Like I said, try to keep it as small as possible. Notice how my needle hasn't left that spot. All right, gone through. Next thing you're gonna do is sand it with the sandpaper. That removes the burrs. All right. Next thing you want to do is kind of clean it with this little spongy thing, get all that dust off. All right. And then pretend like you're cleaning out a peanut butter jar, the last bit of the peanut butter, and you want to scrape the edges of that jar with your knife. Same idea with this. You want to stick that needle back in there, and what I'm trying to do is really crisp up those edges, kind of cleaning them up, because you want a perfect circle. All right. So that's my pinhole. Clearly it is tiny. I can't see how perfect it is. So what we're gonna do is go into the dark room, and that way you can use the enlarger to enlarge the pinhole. So I'm turn the light on. Right now the white light's on, but most likely you guys will have the red light. So here's the enlarger. It's lit up high. I'll bring it down for you. In the enlarger, you have this negative carrier. Pull that out. You're gonna load your pinhole into there. So it just opens up, and put your pinhole, you can see that, into there. It doesn't matter which way. Just make sure that little dot somewhere in the middle. Notice that bump. That goes down, and it fits right back into the enlarger. You're gonna turn your light on. You can see the light comes out, and it projects light onto the baseboard here. All right, you'll see that focus. But the enlarger, believe it or not, I can make it go higher up. So on the side here, the higher up it goes, the bigger your pinhole will get. So make sure your light is bright. And go back down to the baseboard here. And you'll need to focus the light. And I'm gonna move this. You can see it better. Right there. So you can see the pinholes right there on the baseboard. You can then put this guy here, which is called a grain focuser. And that allows you to focus even more, or zoom in even more. What you're looking for is a precise circle with no debris, no wonky edges, and just a precise circle. Okay, I don't know how to get more specific than that. Once it's perfect, you can ask me to check it if you want, or go for it if you're confident. Might need to make a new one. This one's pretty good. So I'm going to take it back to the classroom. Like I said, it'll take some of you 2 or 3 times to make one. So back in the classroom, you're then going to find some electrical tape, and you're going to peel a chunk and put it to the side here. Then the step that I forgot to mention is to cut a hole into your box using an X-Acto knife. So you're just going to stab it in, rotate, stab, stab, stab. You're going to pull that square out. You're then going to install this lens inside the box. Notice the box is curved and the lens is curved. You want the curve of the lens to go with the curve of the box. So you're going to cut some electrical tape like this, and you're going to place tape, I already made one here, on all 4 edges of your pinhole. Let me get this figured out. All right, so wherever there isn't tape, so maybe that corner there, it's a little close, you're going to want to put some tape so it completely covers all 4 edges. All right, so let me fix this up for you. Please use scissors to cut the tape, because if you rip it, it creates a weird edge. All right, so tape on all 4 edges. Pinhole's right there in the middle. Go to my box, go on the inside. I've seen people go on the outside, which isn't that big of a deal, but I like to go on the inside. And I'm going to install it inside of the box. I know you can't see in there, but the pinhole is right there in the middle. All right. Next thing you're going to do is create a shutter system. And that's simply a black flap of electrical tape that keeps light from entering your camera until you're ready. All right. So going back to your camera here, first thing I want to do is put tape. You can see how I've kind of torn up this box, because I've done this a few times, around this edge, because the tape does wear down the box. All right. And this is just to protect the box. Here's my tape. All right. All right, so I got tape around the edges. And then the next thing you want to do is, again, pull a chunk of tape. I already have one made, but you're going to layer 3 or 4 pieces of tape, black tape on top. And then I like to fold that edge here. And this is my shutter system, and that just goes right on top of my lens. And then it's protected. The next thing you're going to do is put your top on. After you've painted it, make sure you leave the top off so it dries. And then you're going to find this black, like a black bag. This is what photo paper comes in. No light can go through this. I have this big container that's full of them. Put this stack here, like that. And then use a rubber band. Go like that. And this keeps light from entering that lid. That's the weakest part of your camera, is that the rim where your top is. So that way, when you're ready to go take a photo, you just load paper in the darkroom, go outside, put it on a stable surface, start your timer, peel this back, if not off. Oops, you see where I ripped it. Take your photo for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, however long, and then put this back on your shutter and go back into the darkroom and develop your print. There's a few more things, obviously I'll show you in class, but that's how you make a pinhole camera.